Welcome back to the coin world, old coin review and value. Today we're diving into a modern marvel with roots deep in American history, the 2022 Liberty Quarter Dollar. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, you'll want to hear about the rich story behind this coin, its unique design, and what makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. The story of the Liberty Quarter begins far before 2022. In fact, it reaches all the way back to 1796. When the first U.S. quarter was struck, liberty was a consistent theme in early American coinage, symbolizing freedom, independence, and national identity. From the draped bust to the seated Liberty, Lady Liberty was a proud figure on quarters for well over a century. However, starting in 1932, she was replaced by President George Washington, marking the 200th anniversary of his birth. Still, liberty remained symbolically present, subtly woven into the designs. In recent years, the U.S. Mint began rotating quarter designs more frequently. After the 50-state quarters program 1999 to 2008 and the America the Beautiful series 2010 to 2021, 2022 marked a new beginning, the American Women Quarters program. This program aimed to celebrate the accomplishments and contributions of women throughout U.S. history. The reverse designs featured powerful female figures, but the obverse featured something new yet deeply historic: a restored Liberty portrait. The 2022 Liberty Quarter brought back a classic Laura Garden Fraser design, originally created in 1931. Although it was recommended for the 1932 quarter, Fraser's portrait of Washington was passed over in favor of John Flanagan's design. But in 2022, history was corrected. Fraser's rendition finally took its rightful place on the obverse, showing Washington facing right with noble confidence. This design was elegant, balanced, and deeply reflective of the Liberty spirit. Each quarter in 2022 highlighted an iconic American woman. Here are the 5 designs released that year. Maya Angelou, author, poet, and civil rights activist. Dr. Sally Ride, first American woman in space. Wilma Mankiller, first female principal, chief of the Cherokee Nation. Nina Otero Warren, leader in New Mexico's suffrage movement. Anna May Wong, first Chinese American Hollywood film star. These reverse designs were more than artistic, they were statements of freedom, inclusion, and national pride, all tied to the broader theme of liberty. Each of these quarters was struck at multiple mints: Philadelphia P, Denver D, and San Francisco S. Circulating coins came from Philadelphia and Denver, while the San Francisco Mint produced special proof versions for collectors. These coins were made in both clad copper, nickel, and silver proof editions. Silver proofs, made of 99.9% silver, remain popular among collectors today. Though modern, some 2022 Liberty quarters are already gaining collector interest. Why? Low mintage San Francisco proofs are scarce. Silver proof sets are increasing. The concept of liberty has always been central to American coinage. Since the founding of the United States, coins have served not only as tools of commerce, but also as expressions of national identity and values. The first U.S. quarter dollar was minted in 1796. Under the Coinage Act of 1792, this early coin featured the draped bust of Liberty, designed by Robert Scott, the first chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. Liberty was depicted as a classical woman, inspired by Greek and Roman imagery. This reflected Enlightenment ideals of democracy and freedom, values the U.S. strongly embraced after independence from Britain. In the early 1800s, the quarter underwent several design changes. From the draped bust, it transitioned to the capped bust in 1815, then to the iconic seated Liberty, designed in 1838. The seated Liberty quarter, designed by Christian Gobrecht, showcased Liberty sitting on a rock, holding a shield and a pole with the Liberty cap. This design lasted until 1891 and emphasized the nation's dedication to freedom and union. In 1892, the quarter was redesigned once more, introducing the Barber quarter, named after its designer Charles E. Barber. Liberty's portrait was now less allegorical and more neoclassical in style. In 1916, America welcomed one of its most artistically celebrated coins, the standing Liberty quarter. Designed by Herman A. McNeil, Liberty was shown in a flowing gown, holding both a shield and an olive branch, symbols of preparedness and peace. The standing Liberty design was brief but influential. Circulating from 1916 to 1930, it represented a bold shift in design, introducing more dynamic imagery and stronger National symbolism. In 1932, to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the U.S. Mint introduced the Washington Quarter. Designed by John Flanagan, it replaced Liberty with the first president, a major departure from earlier allegorical designs. Interestingly, another design was proposed for the 1932 Washington Quarter by Laura Garden Fraser, one of the first prominent female coin designers. Her Washington portrait was elegant and classical, but the Treasury chose Flanagan's version instead. Over time, the Washington Quarter became one of the most familiar coins in America, with few changes made to its obverse for decades. The reverse featured an eagle until 1998. From 1999 to 2008, the Mint issued the 50 State Quarters program, celebrating each state with unique reverse designs. This program reinvigorated public interest in coin collecting and paved the way for further changes. Following that, the America the Beautiful Quarters, 2010 to 2021, celebrated national parks and historic sites across all U.S. states and territories. These quarters showcased intricate designs and cultural heritage. By 2022, the U.S. Mint took a new direction with the American Women Quarters program. It was designed not only to refresh the coin's appearance, but also to represent America's diversity and progress. Thank you for watching.